Happy Thursday. I have a joke for you. Here it is. What is this? Do you know? A butterfly with the hiccups. You can tell that to your family later. All right, we're here on page 106 in your workbook. You are going to, following these sentences here, you're going to use the words in this word bank to fill in the missing subject or verb. Remember, we don't have a complete sentence without a subject and predicate. Those are the two main parts. And so, each one of these sentences, including this one up here at the top of page 107, is missing something. And these words in the word bank, you're going to choose which one most makes sense to finish the story here. It's a pretty fun story. I think you're going to especially like number 5. So I want you to pause the video right now and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then come back to me when you have finished that. All right, welcome back. I'm not going to check through those with you. I'm going to look at them when you take a picture of them later today, but I am going to have us do number 1 here together. And then after we do that one together, I'll give you another joke, because it's fun to have jokes. Remember, we're going to be analyzing this, and we're going to be making sure we have our principal parts. But before we do that, we're going to check for our prepositional phrases. So here we go. Without it, Mom did not know the way. Order of analysis is phrases, clauses, principal elements, and modifiers. Are there any phrases in this sentence? Yes. Do it with me. Without it is a prepositional phrase. Without is the preposition. It is the object of the preposition. Oh, let's stop for a second. That's not a noun. What is it? It's a pronoun, and it's also an object pronoun and an object of the preposition. Ooh, cool. That's pretty cool. Let's keep going. Are there any other phrases in this sentence? Mom did not know the way. Any other prepositions you see in there? If you think there are, cover it up and see if it still makes sense. There are not anymore. So let's begin again to find our principal parts. Without it, Mom did not know the way. This is a sentence, and it is declarative. This sentence is about Mom. So Mom is the subject. This sentence tells us that Mom did know. So did know is the predicate. Know is the predicate verb because it shows action. Did is the helping verb because it helps the verb. Did know how? Not. So not is the adverb because it modifies the verb. Now we're going to always check our what question for direct object. Did know what? Way. Direct object because it answers the question what of the verb. It receives the action of the verb. Which way? The way. Adjective because it modifies the noun. That's a tricky little tiny adjective to get in there, isn't it? Well done. We are finished. Oh, wait. Are we? I like to say we're finished too soon, but I bet you already caught me. We're not finished because we have words over here, a phrase that doesn't have a line to anything, and that is illegal. Everything has to have a line to something else unless it's a subject or a predicate. So let's do that. Did know how? Without it. Our line comes from our prepositional word and goes all the way over to our predicate verb. This is an adverbial prepositional phrase, adverbial element because it modifies the verb, and it is a prepositional phrase. Well, I tripped over my words, but I bet you didn't trip over yours. That's our example. Now I will tell you another joke before I have you go to the next thing. Here's your joke. What's this? Well, I don't know, but here come a whole bunch more. Oh, okay, that's pretty funny. All right, moving on to page 108. I hope you're giggling a little bit, if not at least rolling your eyes at that one. We're not going to do all the ones on this page. So I want you to take your pencil out and make sure yours looks like mine as far as which sentences you're going to do. I want you to circle letter A, circle letter B, circle letter D. Do not do sentence C. You can put a little X through that one so that you don't do that sentence. When you get to what is a preposition, I want you to put mom there. I want you to say it to your mom out loud, and she's going to check that you know the definition of a preposition. Don't write it today, but say it to your mom, please. Okay? Do that now, and then come back to me. We'll check it. All right, let's check to see how these went for you. I'm going to just go through with the checks. So take a red pencil if you have one to check to make any corrections on yours. All right, I'm not going to go super slowly. This is just to check your work. From the north, the icy winds blew the cedar trees backwards. Order of analysis is phrases, clauses, principal elements, and modifiers. Are there any phrases in this sentence? Yes. From the north is a prepositional phrase. From, preposition. From what? North. Object of the preposition. Which north? The north. Adjective because it modifies the noun. Are there any other phrases in this sentence? No. From the north, the icy winds blew the cedar trees backward. This is a sentence and it is declarative. This sentence is about winds. So winds is the subject. This sentence tells us that winds blew. So blew is the predicate. It is the predicate verb because it shows action. There are no linking verbs because predicate verbs do not use linking verbs. Blew what? Trees. So trees is the direct object. What kind of trees? Cedar trees. Adjective because it modifies the noun. Which trees? The. Adjective because it modifies the noun. What kind of winds? Icy. Adjective because it modifies the noun. Which winds? The. Adjective because it modifies the noun. I've taken care of all my adjectives. Now let's go for adverbs if there are any. Blew how or where? Backward. Adverb because it modifies the verb. Blew where? From the north. So this is an adverbial element because it modifies the verb and it is a prepositional phrase. Make your marks to check that yours looks like mine. Pause it if you need to make some corrections again before we move on. You should have already done B. I'm checking it now. During the storm, the cousins obediently stayed inside the house. Order of analysis is phrases, clauses, principal elements, and modifiers. Are there any prepositional phrases in this sentence? Yes. During the storm is a prepositional phrase. During, preposition. During what? Storm. Object of the preposition. Which storm? The storm. Adjective because it modifies the noun. Are there other phrases in this sentence? During the storm, the cousins obediently stayed inside the house. Yes. Inside the house is a prepositional phrase. Inside is the preposition. Inside what? House. Object of the preposition. Which house? The. Adjective because it modifies the noun. Are there any other prepositional phrases in this sentence? No. During the storm, the cousins obediently stayed inside the house. This is a sentence and it is declarative. This sentence is about cousins. So cousins is the subject. This sentence tells us that cousins stayed. So stayed is the predicate. It is the predicate verb because it shows action. Stayed how? Obediently. So obediently is the adverb because it modifies the verb. Which cousins? The cousins. Adjective because it modifies the noun. Now we have to do our phrases. Stayed where? Inside the house is an adverbial element and it is because it modifies the verb and it is a prepositional phrase. Stayed when? During the storm. My line comes from a preposition. Is an adverbial element because it modifies the verb and it is a prepositional phrase. Am I finished? Yes, check that yours looks like mine. Make any adjustments you need to. I'm moving on to letter D and you should have already completed it. Pause and do it if you haven't. From the window, the children looked at the fresh white carpet. Order of analysis is phrases, clauses, principal elements, and modifiers. Are there any prepositional phrases in this sentence? Yes. From the window is a prepositional phrase. From, preposition. From what? Window. Object of the preposition. Which window? The window. Adjective because it modifies the noun. Are there any other prepositional phrases in this sentence? The children looked at the fresh white carpet. Yes, at the fresh white carpet is a prepositional phrase. At is the preposition. At what? Carpet, object of the preposition. What kind of carpet? White carpet. Adjective because it modifies the noun. What kind of carpet? Fresh carpet. Adjective because it modifies the noun. Which carpet? The adjective because it modifies the noun. Are there any other phrases in this sentence? No. So from the window, the children looked at the fresh white carpet. This is a sentence and it is declarative. This sentence is about children. So children is the subject. This sentence tells us that children looked. So looked is the predicate. It is the predicate verb because it shows action. There are no linking verbs because predicate verbs do not use linking verbs. Which children? The children. Adjective because it modifies the noun. Now we deal with the phrases. Children looked where? From the window is an adverbial element because it modifies the verb and it is a prepositional phrase. Looked where? At the fresh carpet is an adverbial element because it modifies the verb and it is a prepositional phrase. If you haven't already, be sure and double check that all yours looks like mine. Make any changes in red so I can see it when you send it to me. What is a preposition? Please go say that to your mom right now. Make sure she can verify that you know that definition. And then please turn with me. You have no other sentences for spelling to write today, so you are going to follow the directions that are written right here. I want you to put an arrow to those directions right there. Read them carefully. Use that information and follow the directions. You are creating a phrase on this line. You are using this phrase and inserting it into a brand new sentence that starts right here where it says sentence. You will have two sentences, one that has the preposition beneath, this has the preposition in, and you will do that for those two sentences. Make them really interesting and fun. Check your spelling. Make sure that you have capitalization and periods and commas where you need them. And I will look forward to seeing what you have later today in a picture. Have a great day. Remember your jokes.